What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the channel if you're brand new. This is going to be a backyard review video, backyard bike review of my 2019 Yamaha YZ 250X, my latest marketplace bike. So I've had this bike, I've ridden it about 7 hours, so I can give a pretty good review of it. Not a whole lot of time, but enough to, you know, it's not my first two-stroke and everything. Let's get right to the point. This bike's a lot of fun, number one. Number two, it's got plenty of power. So you never get tired of riding this bike. Yeah, it's still a kickstart, but that's fine. It's easy as heck to kick over. It's a little dirty right now, haven't cleaned it. It's a dirt bike. I ride it a good amount of time, usually every weekend. So this bike's going to be for somebody who's got some experience on a dirt bike and likes to ride in the woods. Now you can take it on the track. It's pretty much almost the same kind of engine as the YZ 250. It has different gearing and it's got lower compression. It does have the 18-inch rear wheel. It's got the kickstand, which is awesome. This is the first bike I've had with the kickstand in a while on the dirt. So when you're out and it's a long, hot day, summer day, or you've been riding really long time on the trails, you don't have to mess up your grips and everything and lean it up against a tree. I know I was doing that with my other bikes that didn't have kickstands, and it's a pain in the ass because you got to replace the grips more than you should have to. So it's nice to have a kickstand. You got different gearing. You got a different sprocket. I think it's a 49 tooth sprocket in the rear. I think it's like 13 or 14 in the front. The front sprocket is the same. The rear sprocket's going to be different in the X model as opposed to the motocross model. Now, the good thing about this bike, right out the box, like, you can go ahead and shred them. You're not going to have to do a lot of things to the bike to make it ride ready, especially for the, like, you can take this thing enduro, all kind of woods riding. It'll do fine on the track. I haven't taken it on the track yet, but I know it'll rip. So the only thing you're really going to have to do to set it up for your riding style is going to be maybe suspension, which I haven't done anything with the suspension. That's if you're real picky. Yamaha has awesome suspension. Let's get that out of the way. The only thing you're probably going to have to do is jetting. You're going to have to jet it to your altitude and climate and stuff. But man, if you're riding in typically the same kind of area, you're not going to have to freaking open up the carburetor and swap out the jets every freaking 3 months, really. Unless you're super picky about jetting. But you saw how it ran, man. All I did was move the needle clip up one position. That's it. I didn't touch the pilot. I haven't touched the main jet. That's it. So it's pretty good right out of the box. Now, man, I'm missing my dang seatbelt. I just realized that. Wow, I gotta find that or order one. That's not good. It must have fallen out. Because, now I have found a spark plug. One spark plug with this. But I was running it 32 to 1. I was running it real rich. And I was getting my ass kicked on a trail. And, the guy I ride with had to go, a slowpoke single track. He had to go freaking pick up a plug out of my trailer. It took forever. It was a pain in the ass, but I mean, the shit was kicked out of me. I didn't have a lot of water, didn't bring my camel back, and it was just a bad day. And I was riding in like real struggling, but that's the only reason I found a plug. If you're on the pipe, if you're riding this thing like it's supposed to be ridden, you're not going to be fouling plugs or anything like that. So that was a one-time thing. And also I had the wrong spark plug in there. That was my dumb mistake. So that's just rider error right there. Now I put an hour meter on it. That's a must. If you're going to get a bike that's even new to you, even if it's not brand new, put an hour meter on it so you can keep track of your maintenance. Back to the bike. Yeah, awesome suspension. Not going to have to do much with that. Now, I do have a few plans for this bike, a few worthy upgrades, I would say, if you have this bike already and you're thinking about what you should do to it. I'm going to go ahead and get obviously better tires. This tire isn't bad. It's actually an IRC Enduro tire, but I'm going to get some a different set of tires. I'm going to add a skid plate. I've got hand guards on the way, and I've got new grips. Man, these grips kind of suck. These half waffle grips, your hands will go numb because this thing does vibrate, if I could say one negative thing, but that's with any two strokes. It's going to vibrate a lot. So I got some ODI, I think they're called Rogue grips. and those are coming in. I got some hand guards, flag style ones. It'll be fine. Now I'm gonna put a Chirby skid plate on it because you got nothing protecting under there. So I'm gonna add a skid plate. It's like 60 bucks. That's gonna be, and it protects the linkage too. And then the other thing I'm gonna do after I do all that, I'm gonna rock the stock carb for a while, but I am gonna go ahead and get Electron. Now this carb's gonna come with a Kind carburetor. They got rid of the Mikuni years ago. Runs great. Aside from that, man, I'm just gonna ride the thing and do maintenance, like top ends and stuff. I already got a top end kit for it. I'm gonna put it in soon when it gets when riding starts slowing down, because I don't know if it's ever been done in this. I'm thinking I'm gonna do it in September. Like, I'm not gonna wait too long. It's got good compression, not losing any power, but that's the thing. With these 2-strokes, you want to keep a fresh top end in it. Check the specs out on the jug while you got it out. It's easy as hell. It takes an hour and a half if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, it might take a couple hours, but it's nuts and bolts. Jug comes off, put a piston in it, put a ring in it, change out the circlips and the what's it called? Not the worm gear, whatever you know what I'm trying to say. I'm having a brain fart right now, but change that, the bearing, that's what it is, the needle bearing. Change that out, put a fresh one of those in, and get a new head gasket on, and you're good to go. Just keep a fresh piston in it. I'm gonna clean the power valve out. Just keep it fresh. If you keep up with your maintenance, these things will last forever. Now you can go a little bit longer on the piston on this bike, on the 250 2-stroke, than you can on the 125, but that's the good thing. I wouldn't go more than 50 hours, honestly. That's like a couple. That's like, man, I ride on the weekends. I work and have a daughter, and I got a family, so I'm not like riding every single day. So 50 hours is probably more than a year of riding for me. So change it out at least every couple years, whatever. You know, if you're beating the piss on it, you're riding on trails, you should be fine more than that. But just, keep up with your maintenance. And yeah, this bike rips, man. It's perfect, especially for like woods riders and stuff. Yeah, other than that, I bought a new air filter for it, like just basic stuff. Motocross and dirt biking in general is expensive enough. I feel like you should save money where you can without cutting corners. At least, like, don't spend money you don't have to. I'm not gonna go get every single thing for this bike that you can possibly buy. There's just no sense in it. I'm just gonna, get a few upgrades. All right, I might have lied. I kind of want to put a pro circuit on it, dude. I don't like the way the black pipe looks, but it runs good. But I would like to put, because I was originally wanting to get the pro circuit set up for my 125, but they didn't have it in stock. Hey, you want to tell them about the YZ250? You rode it yesterday. You should know a little bit about it. So this bike's got plenty of power down low, a lot of torque. And although it screams up top, it's an absolute monster on the top end. Yeah, so everything about this bike is awesome, man, especially if you're a woods guy. Go and grab you one if you've been thinking about it. There's no reason to think about it any longer. Man, I wish I was sponsored by Yamaha. Wouldn't that be sick? It's a lot longer than the YZ125 one was. The shorty's at least like half the size. But I want to do pro circuit. I don't know how long the R304 silencer is for the pro circuit. I've never had pro circuit. That's what I originally wanted to get with the YZ125, but they did not have those in stock. But aside from upgrades, man, you don't need to do a whole lot of stuff to this bike. You can just go and rip it.
I got socks.
Yeah, I see. You got pink socks.
I got socks on.
You like the YZ250?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about this bike?
It's blue.
That's your favorite thing? That is blue? You like the blue crew?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good choice. So there. Straight from the horse's mouth, guys. Blue crew all day. Yamaha, you can't beat it. They're the only Japs still making 2-strokes. Japanese brand, still making 2-strokes. Go and get you one, and like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Come on, guys. I want to keep pushing these backyard bikes reviews out. You know, I'm working hard out here. It's hot as heck. I'm wearing freaking pants, bringing you guys content. I appreciate you guys. Take it easy.